While virtual meetings are crucial for business professionals, the importance of flawless audio is oftentimes neglected or overlooked. To understand why audio matters and the role that education and training play in transforming the entire value chain, today we have with us Shant Utukian from Shure. Hi Shant, thank you for joining us today.
Hi Sarah, thank you for having me.
So Shant, can we start by looking at what the outlook for audiovisual technologies is in 2021?
There's a lot of potential, obviously. This year has been specifically, the industry sped up like crazy. I think a lot of markets, slow-paced markets picked up because of the current situation. The pandemic changed a lot of things. Same thing for audiovisual, especially the conferencing part of the audiovisual, which obviously requires audio solutions and display solutions and whatnot. So the outlook for 2021, I see it very big. I see a lot of potential for growth for the AV industry, and especially in our region. I think this is an important market. I think it's the fastest growing. Not I think it is the fastest AV market, growing AV market in the world currently. So yeah, absolutely, I see a lot of potential for 2021. 2021 will definitely be a big year for AV. I mean, let's look at what happened in 2020. A lot of things changed. Education, for that matter, shifted from physical to distance learning. Although that was nothing new for the industry, but it just exploded. I see that being bigger in 2021. I think a lot of educational institutes realized that you don't have to be physically in the classroom. The teacher should not be it's not required for the teacher to be in the classroom. So I think in 2021 that market or the segment is gonna grow much bigger. I think the investment is there from the educational institutes. I think it is going to be hybrid though, but it is something that they will be investing in. That's one example. The other thing is, I mean, it's no secret, social distancing. I'm not sure if that's going to continue, but the VC, the long distance meetings and the VC trend is going to continue. It's here to stay, because a lot of companies established that we don't need to travel every time for specific meetings or any meetings for that matter. Of course, again, I'm a strong believer that there should be that human connection, especially if there's some meetings require physical presence, but it's not going to be that much anymore. We've proven, this year has proven that. That's another industry for me that's gonna boom. Of course, there's other things. I think there will be some surprises in 2021, but I think these long distance calls, applications, education, those are the trends that I see for the year 2021.
Like you mentioned, you see a lot of potential in 2021. What would you say are the key drivers behind the progression of AV technologies and products in the Middle East?
Well, again, let's go back to the pandemic. Obviously, that sped, that was the reason why a lot of virtual meetings started happening. So a lot of software companies just boomed, and obviously software is just part of the complete solution. So I see a lot of those distance learning, communication, VC calls, collaboration tools. I see that booming still. So in China, there's a new market trend that's picking up, and I see that being very popular. It's basically a new thing called live commerce. What happens is an influencer or a celebrity sits in front of a camera and live streams a product. So they live stream a product and they sell it, and there's interaction between the customers and the artist or the celebrity or the influencer. So I see that becoming a big trend. I learned that Amazon is probably going to pick that trend up, and I see that being something big in the next year. And obviously, that's good for us or any audio manufacturer because they need these tools to pick their voice up. Throughout history, there was events that had fundamental shifts in the way we live. Look at the Spanish flu, for example, World War II, 9/11. Those had such a big impact on how we live. 9/11 changed the way we travel, all the security measures and whatnot. We're currently in that phase. COVID obviously changed a lot of things, and we're moving into new industries now. We probably don't have visibility on all of them, but I feel that there's a lot of different things coming.
Coming to why audio matters, it seems like it's fairly obvious because business meetings, whether it's classroom discussions, everywhere, the quality of sound output does make a lot of difference. But we've also seen that integrators and even customers at times, they prioritize video more compared to the audio deployment. Now, can you take us through the best practices for executing a well-defined conference room and a meeting space?
Absolutely. And I agree with you. A lot of, in the industry, people focus more on video, probably because video had a lot of technology changes. So it was loud. Mm-hmm. You know, every time there was a new technology, there was marketing around it. So people know more about video than audio. And to be honest, audio didn't change that much. Audio, whatever you hear, that's it. With video, there was resolution, you know, they were increasing resolutions and whatnot. So there was always new technology, not necessarily in audio, until now, obviously. So in terms of what is important for a customer to look into, I would say the customer should start first. They should identify what they need. Is it for a VC application? Is it for room reinforcement and whatnot? So is it for in-room solution or is it for calls? So that's the first thing they need to think of. Once they establish that, which I think they know what they want, the first thing to do is to look at the room acoustics. A lot of people don't realize that room acoustics are important because if you have a reflective room, that's gonna sound echoey. The room is gonna sound roomy. That's what we call it. So treating the room is the first step, I would say. Second, invest in proper audio solution. A microphone is not just a microphone. There's a lot of microphone solutions out there depending on what application. So look for the proper microphone, do research. Now we have access to the internet, so it's very easy to know what kind of microphone you need, and you can get reviews on microphones. Of course, a good microphone is expensive. There's a reason why a microphone is expensive, because it does the job properly. A lot of people, again, they tend to look away. They focus on the video side. They tend to ignore the audio, and that's where the problems come in. So invest in a proper microphone solution. The room acoustics should be is very important. And of course, get the proper partner, because now solutions are becoming more complicated. The technology is advanced, is getting advanced more and more, and you need to make sure that the partner that you're hiring are up to date and up to speed with these technologies. So I would say, in a nutshell, I think look at your room, make sure the room is properly treated, invest in a proper microphone, and get your or hire a proper partner or system integrator to implement the solution for you.
So Sham, just like you just mentioned, that it is important for the customer to do their initial search into what works best for them. And of course, this also means that audio cannot be an afterthought. It has to be at the beginning thought about it. So clearly implementation, the right implementation would make a lot of sense. So can we now discuss how big this IT skills challenge is in this region, especially when we're talking about the SIs and solution providers?
There's a lot of work that needs to be done still in our industry, unfortunately, although it's a mature industry. But I think that has to do with the shift that happened as well between AV and IT, or the merge, let's say. So Unfortunately, there's a lot of integrators out there, either IT or AV, that don't realize the importance of training. They take their little knowledge that they have, and I'm sure you agree with me, little knowledge is more dangerous than no knowledge at all, because they think that they know what they know, but they end up not doing a proper job. When a system integrator or a person that doesn't know something, they go and learn. So I think in terms of skill sets in our market, I think there's a lot more that can be done. I can't say for the other part, the V, so for the video, I can't really judge that. But at least from the audio part, there's a lot. There's lack of knowledge in terms of audio, not products, but in terms of audio, how audio works. So, and that's what brings me to our Shure Audio Institute, for example. So we have a learning platform called Shure Audio Institute, SAI, and that's exactly what we do. We have educational content, we educate, we train, and we certify our partners. So that is part of our answer to the challenges that we face here, because more than often, as I mentioned, if in my three advices in terms of looking at a room, the last part was the system integrator. And if the system integrator fails to deliver, usually the customer blames the product, because the system integrator will not admit that they did something wrong. And that's what we face. A lot of times we walk into a room, or we get a complaint call, for example, or a support call, let me not call it complaint, and we realize that the setup was completely wrong. And once we, as Shure, we fix the solution or the setup, the customer is surprised of how different the audio sounds now. Trust me, the difference is huge, you know. And you wouldn't, people don't realize, or they wouldn't think of a system integrator doing something wrong that affects the solution that much. So for us, it's very important to train our partners. We don't want our products to be blamed. We don't want us to be blamed, and we don't want them to be blamed. So what we're doing is we're helping them. All these educational contents that we have, the certification, some of them are mandatory, because that's the only way we could get them to get certified and trained. And then obviously after they leave the room, they're happy because they learned something new. So that's what we do, or that's how we're addressing the lack of knowledge, and we've been very successful. And on top of that, our SAI offers training or educational content for end users as well, or anyone that wants to learn about audio. So the content is not on our products, it's about audio. It's about how audio reacts. What is audio? It's basically it's physics at the end of the day. Yeah. So it's really interesting. I think you should log in. It's actually free. You can log in. You can create your account, and you can start learning. Our presence here is not actually a sales office. It's a market development office. What we do here is exactly what I just mentioned. We go and educate. We develop the market. We develop the market not only on our products, we develop the market in terms of understanding the importance of audio, understanding different types of solution. And we've been successful. To be honest, I could say that we've been very successful in doing a lot of trainings in the region, from Turkey all the way down to UAE, obviously, and in a lot of countries in Africa. From South Africa all the way up to Morocco and Egypt. I would say our competitive edge would be our history. We are a 95-year-old company, and we've been doing audio for 95 years. I could say that sound is our business, and what we learned during these 100 years, close to 100 years, is that we have to be close to our customers. Our customers are very important to us. And the way we're doing that is, first of all, we're available globally. We're probably at 120 countries now, maybe more. And what that allows us is basically to be closer to them in order to support them in pre-sales, in after-sales support, and obviously training as well. So that definitely will be our edge.
So this kind of ties up to what we started with, why audio matters. It does matter, people know it matters, but I think there probably is a lack of education there, where integrators need to be more forthcoming in making sure when something is available, like you said, it is available for free, to take advantage of it. And thank you for your time, Shant, today.